Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, Donnie's World. Alright, little backstory, y'all. I'm sorry. I have not posted in like over a month. Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I had some things going on. I had bronchitis, y'all, and it's like continuous coughing. It's like an infection, you keep coughing. But anyways, it left me down and out for like over a month, but I hadn't had one of those reactions in 8 years, so it's crazy how it just came out of nowhere. Y'all know how that happened. I think it's because I'm getting old. I ain't gonna say that though. Don't tell nobody that. But anyways, today's topic, if y'all don't know, deadbeats. Let's talk about it. We have our co-host, my little baby right here. Say hi, Ashley. Y'all, she's shy. We gonna let her stay here though. But she's joining us for this here talk today, okay? Okay. All right, Ashley, let's talk about it. Cause your daddy tripping. Let's go into this. It just touches my heart because I just really want to share this with y'all, okay? And I feel like the best way to do it is I have to first shout out the ones that take care of their kids. This is not for y'all. Don't be kind of come up for me. I didn't say y'all. If it's about you and you feel offended, then that's because you are what I'm talking about. Okay. So, you have the mother who's usually the primary parent, right? I'm not talking about the fathers out there. I know y'all do it. This is not for y'all. Y'all do y'all thing. Y'all take care of y'all's. The ones that is taking care of their responsibility. Now, I do have to share what that is because some people think they're in the bracket of the responsible dad and they're not, right? I'm talking about the ones that take the kid to school, right? Do for their kid. Because if you think about all the responsibilities of the mother, you got bedtime, bath time, eating, making sure if they're sick, take them to the doctor. You have late nights, trying to hop in your bed. You can't really sleep. You know what I mean? Like all of those, right? So if you put all of that into the responsibility of what the primary parent does, because they're there through day-to-day things that's going on with this kid, right? Now, where does the co-parent come in? Let's dive into that, shall we? Right? So if you have the primary parent who takes care of the everyday needs for the kid, right? Where does the co-parent come into play? Now, let's go into that. So if you have the dad that pops in and out, I mean, they're the fun dad, right? They come when it's fun, when it's convenient for them. Pick them up, play for an hour, bring the kid back home. When does the primary parent have that break? If you pick up the kid for an hour, then drop them back off. Primary parent has the kid again, right? That to me is deadbeat. I don't care how you say it, spin it, flip it. You know why? Because I feel like I have this kid dang near, let's say the kid's in school. I'm gonna say split. 24 hours in a day, kids at school for 8 hours, parent got the kid for the rest of the day, right? So when does that parent have their time? When does that parent have, things that they can do to be a person instead of a parent? They don't, especially if that co-parent does not step in and make sure they're involved to where that one parent gets a release. So picking that kid up for 1 hour, that one parent like, oh, well, let me hurry up and run and do this. I kid you not. My mom kept my daughter and I felt so bad. I just, was out for an hour or two, whatever. But I rushed, went and hurried up and tried to get my nails done, did the eyebrows. I was like, let me be a girl, right? Let me do this, right? And I hurried up and got back home. But that's my mom. If you're the other parent, it took 2 people to lay down, right? You can't tell me taking your kid for an hour, because now you're a visitor, picking your kid up for an hour, play with them, and then take them back. That's not right. That's not fair. You know what I mean? That's not equal partnership. Just because the relationship didn't work out does not mean that you could just say, well, I'm just a visitor, right? let's move forward. That's one category of the parent. I'm gonna give you some credit because you at least pick your kid up for an hour. Then you have the parent that says, okay, well, I financially take care of the kid. Okay. If you are one who, puts their kid on child support, they typically work out the ins and outs and stuff like that of what the finances as it is. Unfortunately, I didn't do child support. I have a thing with it because I feel when people are put in the system, it's really, it gets kind of messy, you know what I mean? So I try not to do that. But just because you help out, right? You pay whatever your portion is that you guys agreed to pay, right? That does not mean that's all you have to do. That's the part that you guys are missing. That's not all you have to do. Oh, I paid this money. That's it. No. Good. You still have to spend time with your kid. Oh, go figure. Go figure. You still have to spend time with the kid. Oh, Jesus. Now we're getting into some things. Hanging out with the kid. I don't know. Letting the kids spend a night at your place. They should have a room in your place where they can sleep. Because if you are a true co-parent, you will have a designated space for that kid to be able to come and visit, spend nights, and hang out with you, right? But if you're one of those pop-ins, you pick your kid up, you never take the kid anywhere unless it's to the park, and then you bring them back in, and then I gotta be the bad parent because I'm like, no, you can't have this, no, you can't have that, no, you can't have this. It's cool to be the fun parent. I would love to be the fun parent, but no, I have to do when it's potty training, when it's doing homework, when all of that. I'm the one, the burden falls all on the one parent, right? And so when I say deadbeat, it literally means you could fall into a bracket of what a deadbeat can be. You can't be a partial step in, step out dad. That does not make any sense to anybody. You have to be all in. As much as that person, the primary parent, is all in, you have to be. Because that kid later on down the line is going to remember. Dad wasn't there to take me to the fair. They remember, right? They're going to remember. And then when you get questioned as that kid gets older, it's not even going to be like, because you have some moms, you can't see my kid until you pay this, or you ain't going to see my kid. But then you have the ones that are good, that have the open door. You can see your kid anytime you want to, and yet you choose not to. Should that one parent force you to do that? I don't think so, because that's a waste of time. Your day still has to continue. But guess what? That parent misses out. That parent misses all the personality changes that your child goes through, right? And too many times the women are having to overlove the child because they're trying to make that child forget. But when they're asking, where's daddy? Where's daddy? Where I want to see my daddy, right? What are you supposed to say? That's where that deadbeat comes from. Because no child should have to keep begging and pleading for their dad, right? Or having to, every other month, when it's convenient for you, then you want to see your kid. That is not fair for the child. You decided when you're ready, you're going to see your kid. That's stupid. It's stupid. Stupid. Let's say you have one of those reluctant co-parents where he just hated the fact that you took him to do child support, right? So the court system's like, well, this is what your finances make, right? And we're going to make sure you pay this amount. You get some of them like, well, heck, I'm just not going to pay. I'm going to quit my hourly job and go under the table to make money. Why? Because they such a deadbeat, they don't want to pay child support. And so they figure getting cash under the table is the best solution. What? Then you get the ones who do pay the child support, right? And then the courts are like, well, you are supposed to allow this parent to pick the kid up twice out the month, twice a weekend out the month, and you guys share whatever the holidays is, right? But if that parent chooses not to come and pick that kid up, guess what? Guess what, y'all? He's not penalized for that. He's not penalized. Why is he not penalized for that? Because he had the choice. He has the option to go and pick the kid up. But if he doesn't, he's not penalized by the courts for not picking the kid up. But guess who gets penalized? That mother does. If the mother, let's say we are scheduled, right? And I say I'm supposed to pick the kid up that Saturday, but things ran over. Birthday party or something like that, right? And we couldn't make the meetup or whatever. So the kid doesn't go with the father or whatever the co-parent is, right? He could take that to the court and say, well, she was not available when it was my time to pick my kid up. And guess who gets penalized? And the kid into the principal office. The primary parent. They're like, well, ma'am, you didn't make it available for this parent to come pick up his kid. But you ain't gonna talk about the previous times where he didn't show up. He don't get penalized. Is it fair? Doesn't seem like it, right? So it's just too much. It's just too much. Like if you're responsible adults, I feel like you guys can come up with some type of agreement. But the thing I feel like people need to understand is whether he pays child support or not, he has a choice to pick up that kid or not. He doesn't have to. Even if he pays child support, he does not have to pick up the kid. But the whole thing I'm saying is, when it comes to a deadbeat, I need y'all to actually step up and be there for your kid, right? And being financially there for your kid does not mean you guys are taking care of everything. You're just taking care of the finances. You're not physically there for the kid. You're not taking care of the kid. You're not at games. You're not picking them up. Or even if you do, being the fun parent or picking them up for that hour and just doing that and then sending the kid back, that's not real co-parenting. That's not real co-parenting. The one thing that you should be responsible for is the child that didn't ask to be here. That's the one thing that you're supposed to say, okay, I need some accountability. I should be accountable for what I do. Because that kid, when they get older, you don't realize they're going to remember who was there. They are not there in the early stages. And I don't want to hear, it's usually the mother during the early stages because the kid is so diapers and all that good stuff. That to me is an excuse, right? But if you aren't there during that time, don't come knocking later. Don't be at the dang college graduation talking about some, we did it. We did it. What? Where? Did you have homework? What did you do? Drop something in and now you conceive the baby? Okay, you did that part. You were not there for homework. You were not there for tests. You were not there for all that. So at the college graduation, my dog, let's not act like you were doing anything. That's ridiculous because you weren't. I want you guys to think about that. Comment below. Tell me your thoughts. What do y'all think of a deadbeat and how, the differences between them? Or do you think I'm overthinking that? Heck, I don't care. Just, tell me what you think. Tell me your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe. More content from later on. You say bye, Ashley? Bye. See y'all next time.